What is up, you guys? GCS Zero here. I just wanted to make a quick video on this turboed ABA right here. I put together a list. It's on the other side. Can't show you guys that yet. Of everything that you need to do a basic turbo build on these engines and have it be somewhat reliable. I made a video previously talking about what it costs to put one of these motors in a Mark 1, and a lot of you wanted to know the cost of boosting one of these motors. This is just the basics. There's also a lot more that can go into this build, so I put together a list. First thing first, you need to order these individual parts. They do not come in a kit. So first off, you need a head gasket spacer. It's $200 from Eurotuning.com. And what that does is, you can see it right there. It's basically like a head gasket. Well, it is a head gasket, but on the head gaskets that you usually get, they aren't as thick as this one. And this lowers your compression from 10-to-1 to 9-to-1 compression. And in order to support all of the extra pressure you're putting on this engine, you are going to need ARP head studs. I also got mine from Eurotuning.com, $142, and those are just way better. Can handle a lot more pressure and power, and your head won't lift off the block, and they're reusable to an extent. With OEM ones, you cannot reuse them. I know I've had to reuse my ARP ones once before, because I had my pistons shatter and I had to replace those. And while you got this whole thing apart, you might as well do the Volkswagen timing belt kit for $90. I found it on FCP Euro, and I just say replace that, since this thing's gonna be taken apart anyway. Might as well, so you don't regret it later. Now, the next thing you are going to need to support the changes that you will be making to this motor is obviously some sort of management. So there's a turbo chip from Reflect Tuning for $210, but you have to remember whatever motor you have, or whatever year you have, depends on the chip you get. So these motors came in two different variations. There was the earlier model and the later model. Mine is a later model, so it's OBD2. So you'd need the OBD2 chip to support this. If you have an OBD1, then you will need the OBD1 chip. Once you get that, you are ready for your turbo kit. I didn't get a turbo kit. I bought everything individually because it was cheaper that way. And you guys have to remember, I know some of you might see this video and ask, why would you go eBay? Well, this was a budget build, and, well, for me, and I know a lot of other people are on a budget as well. So I went with turbo everything. And a turbo kit that I just recently found on eBay that comes with everything: the drain plug, the feed, the turbo, the intercooler, the piping, the wastegate, like everything, for $750. You can do this cheaper. I've done it. I just bought everything individually because maybe the turbo kit doesn't come with the size turbo that you want. The turbo that I wanted was a 50 millimeter, and a lot of these kits would come with a 63 millimeter or something like that. So I opted to go and just buy everything individually, and I was able to get everything I need for I'd say like $100 less than just buying a kit. The next thing you are going to need, which I did not write down, I just realized, is you are going to need a 3-inch MAF housing. You could just look up VR6 MAF housing for a Mark III. Or if you have a junkyard, you can go and find yourself one over there. That is very, like, you need that in order for this to operate correctly. And I just realized another thing that I missed. All this is going to be put in the description, all the links, by the way. You are going to need injectors, 440cc injectors. Those, I believe, are around $200 as well. And then the other thing I got on my list here is the fuel pump. I went with a Walbro 255 fuel pump. I believe it's capable of 500 horsepower. Yeah, so that is a good option. Trying to think if I'm forgetting anything else. Obviously, you're going to need a clutch to support this power. So, in one of my previous videos, a while ago, when I first did this, the clutch started slipping really bad under not that much load. I thought that this had a stock clutch in it, but it had the next best thing, which was stage 1, and that obviously didn't handle it either. So the clutch that is in there is a stage 3 6-puck clutch, and I will leave a link in the description to that. And I've had good luck with that so far. I don't drive the car much. I just drive it when people want to go for a ride, want to feel the power. Definitely isn't a daily for me. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Turbo kit comes with most everything you need, but you 100% have to get the supporting mods. The head spacer for sure, the head studs for sure. Yeah, I think that's it. It's totally changes these motors. You could start with that, and you can eventually progress and take steps further to progress the power and the sound and the capabilities. Like the head, I rebuilt the head and did HD valve springs, which are heavy duty valve springs, and they're dual valve springs, so there's a smaller one inside of a bigger one. And then I went 276 turbo cam, and it sounds lopey as hell, and I think the rev range is higher. I'm pretty sure it's higher. It's hard to pay attention when you're trying to hold on for dear life in a 40-year-old car It wasn't meant to have however much power this thing has. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Changes the whole experience of these motors. They're more than capable. I know a lot of people that do this. I know one person that personally that has done this, and he's had the car for probably like 5 years now. And I also know a lot of people on the ABA pages, which I might post this there, that love to do this to their ABAs. So if you're considering doing it, I'd suggest doing it, but do not do it to your daily. Well, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have any more questions or if I missed anything. I will come back and I will address those things that I missed. And if you guys want more in-depth look at everything going on here, then yeah, let me know in the comments. I will catch you guys in the next video.